the Division.
Greetings, citizens of the internet. I'm Static Buzz, and in this video we're going to be reviewing Tom Clancy's The Division. First up, graphics. I play it on a PS4, and the graphics go from average to good. Some areas of the game look really nice, while others are just kind of adequate. There is the all too frequent texture pop-in as well, and this breaks immersion and takes you kind of out of the game in the moment. Overall, the graphics are average for this generation of console, and I would call them serviceable. It's not a bad thing, they're just nothing that you would remember or be wowed over. And then the character customization is limited as well, which makes getting the next item less about making your character look cool and more about stats. And everybody likes to make their characters look cool and unique. You won't find much of that here. Gameplay and controls. Gameplay ranges from fun to frustrating. The gameplay does allow for some wow moments every once in a while. Controls are tight most of the time, but caused me frustration on more than one occasion. Like when you're in a corner and you double tap to roll out because you got a grenade or something. If another object that provides cover is near where you are when you're rolling, you automatically take cover behind that object. Even if that means putting your back to the whole gang of gun-toting looters that have their sights aimed down on you. You're going to get shot in the back. Nothing you can do about it. Combat is satisfying in most situations. That is until you run into a boss, or as everybody is not affectionately calling them, bullet sponges. They don't really do anything special compared to the other mobs, but they hit harder and take a ton of damage to kill. I ran into one that was a lower level than me, but I couldn't kill it no matter what strategy I employed. You know, once you hit Manhattan, it would be in your best interest not to try to solo any bosses. Maybe the first one, but once you get past that, then you're going to want help. The gun modification parts of the game I thought were very good, and I enjoyed upgrading a gun that I had grown to like without having to necessarily replace it. Kind of gives you that, you know, added question, do I upgrade or do I just keep the gun I have and mod it a little bit? It's kind of nice. Also, when it does come time to upgrade to replace that favorite gun, you get to take the mods and apply them to the new gun. So this is a great touch, I think, as well. So it's kind of good. The crafting system was confusing to me. You know, I don't know. While making a gun, it would tell you if the damage was better or worse than the currently equipped one. The problem is, after making the gun, it didn't necessarily have higher damage, even though it said it would when you were making it. I made several guns thinking that they would improve my damage just to turn around and salvage them because they didn't. There's a lot of running around that happens in this game. I mean, I thought at one time I was running a marathon. That is one of the things I noticed for sure. It doesn't seem to be so bad while you're doing it, but when I went back and I watched my Let's Plays, it's really noticeable. I mean, I was running like half the video. There is a teleportation system, but the load times for that almost make running a better option. At least it's more interesting than just waiting for the circular thing to fill up and then finally teleport. PvP, the Dark Zone. It's quite a different experience. It can be really frustrating for anybody who didn't start to build up their character early to face someone that did. I saw one player take on 5 others, barely get scratched, destroy them all. I'm not sure if this is a balancing issue or what Ubisoft wants, but it's no fun to be on the losing end of that situation. Sound effects and music. The way I would describe the audio in this game is non-intrusive. Really didn't notice it much when we were playing the game. Nothing stood out in a positive or negative way. It is what you would expect from a AAA game, just not very memorable. The soundtrack is nice, but it's like an action movie. It kind of falls into the background, you know. And sometimes you notice it, sometimes you don't, which is a good thing, I guess. We really don't want to be distracted while we're in the middle of a firefight. Yeah, we talking about that story, G. The story is kind of middle of the road too. It wouldn't make you want to run out and buy a book if there was one. Isn't bad either though. It gets you from point A to point B. In my opinion, part of the problem is how most of the characters talk to you. They talk to you via communication device, so you don't ever get to really see them. This takes away from developing kind of feelings towards them, in my opinion. There was one mission that I did where I had to run back to the starting area to talk to this lady who'd been giving me missions the whole time that I was running around Manhattan. And for the life of me, I didn't remember talking to her when I was first there. I couldn't remember what she looked like until I got there, and then I remembered her, but not because she was memorable, but because I noticed there was a glitched piece of paper stuck onto the computer monitor she was using, and without that I would have never even paid attention to her. So the story's not bad, could be better, so I'll just call it average.
Due to recent events, our stores in the greater New York
And the judges score it. Mostly I've enjoyed my time in the Division. It's satisfying to win firefights and to be bosses. The only thing I wish is that the loot was more appropriate for doing those things. I think this game has a lot of potential, but many tweaks will need to be made before it gets there. I'm really hoping that these happen outside of the year 1 DLC season, whatever they're calling it, so that everybody has a better experience, not just people who buy that. My rating for this game, out of 100, I'm going to give it 75. Hopefully Ubisoft is committed to getting this to an over 90 rating. I would love to see this game shine for the next couple of years. Take care and bye-bye now. Static Buzz out.